Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, we are reorganizing my kitchen cabinets. I've been saying for months, I've probably said it in like 5 videos that I was going to do this, and it's taken me this long to finally get to it. It's just one of those things that like I've been putting off, turning a blind eye, and I can't ignore it any longer because they are so disorganized. There's things in one that are also in another. There's things that have probably spilled in there. It's just a hot mess, and you guys are gonna see the before. It's kind of embarrassing, but whatever. I mean, that's like the beauty of kitchen cabinets, is you can hide the mess. You just shut the door. So I cannot hide the mess any longer because I can't function the way it is. So we're going to tackle this project. We're going to focus on all of the upper cabinets because that's where we have food. The bottom cabinets, it's just like storage for cooking equipment. And if I did all of that in this video, it would be an hour long. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope I motivate you to get done whatever you need to do today. If you do enjoy this video, please hit the like button. Please consider subscribing if you're new here. I would love to have you, and let's get started.
I was at the wrong place at the right time.
I'm going to begin by taking everything out of the cabinets one by one, sort of like the Marie Kondo method where you pull everything out and then one by one you put it all back. So you have to think about each item. Do I really need this? Is this really where this should go? That kind of thing. And I start by loading up the island, and then as usual I have way more stuff than I realized, so the other countertops ended up pretty full too.
I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder.
I do have labels on a lot of these shelves. You guys will see them up close towards the end of the video, and like the labels that I have on there. So the very top are stored for later items. That's essentially items that we might want a few times a year. They are mostly canned goods. So I was checking the expiration date on them. If there were any that were expired, of course I got rid of those. If they weren't, they stayed up there.
Everything that was on our mind. Talking to you gave me butterflies.
And everything in this upper cabinet are all of our medicines. It is a high up cabinet. It's hard to reach. I have to stand on a chair to reach it. So there have been several instances where I literally throw the medicine back up there, which is not good. I need to be a lot better about that. So that's why that one is so disorganized. It's also the only cabinet we never painted on the inside because we were planning on tearing it out and having a hood from the ceiling, but we never got around to it. So that's why it looks like that. And in this one is our coffee, our tea, and protein powders, which I don't really know anything about protein powders. I don't really know how to use them, but I'm trying to get back on my healthy kick and incorporate those. At least I feel like it'd be helpful if I did. So if you know a lot about protein powders, let me know how you use them and what your favorite brand is in the comments. And our baking cabinet is unfortunately the prime example of when your stuff is really disorganized. You buy multiples of the same thing without actually needing it. I found a few bags of brown sugar, a few bags of chocolate chips, and then a few bags of nuts that were all opened and all half empty. So that was not good.
Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder.
The last cabinet is snacks and candy. Normally we never have candy in our house, but lately Chad has been buying it for me. He has self-control, he never eats it, and I can't help but eat it all the time. So I keep telling him, stop bringing it home. An update for you of what everything's looking like. All the food is out of all the cabinets in the upper cabinets, and I left everything in its sections except for the island. I filled everything up here first. All the medicines right here, have not gone through those yet, but I've gone through all the snacks, all the canned goods, the baking stuff I still need to go through. This is what was all up here. A huge mess turned into a huge mess. And then all of the coffee stuff is over here. And I know there's some stuff like this that can go. That's really old, haven't used that. So definitely progress, but a long ways to go.
Tonight I'll reach out and touch the sky. In the city of angels, feel
One thing we have way too much of are tea bags, especially for people that don't drink tea that often. I don't even know where all of these came from, and I'm filling up these canisters with those tea bags. They've always had tea in them, but I'm adding them to fill them up so there's a little more space in the cabinets. And then I'm cutting the very ends off the boxes for the pods for the Nespresso machine, and they almost fit perfectly in these cabinets except for the very end. So that's why I'm getting rid of those. Plus I can see right into them. So I really like how that looks, and it's a lot easier to grab them, especially with one hand while I'm holding a baby with the other. On top there, I'm adding flavorings for the coffee, and then on the other side are iced teas. And just about everything in these two cabinets are dinner ingredients. So essentially it's not things that you reach for and have as a snack, it's things that have to be cooked on the stove or in the oven, meaning this is primarily for Chad because you guys know I don't do a whole lot of the cooking at our house.
I'm on the street playing my guitar.
We actually used to keep snacks in here too, but we added an entirely new cabinet and it was so needed because it's already full. We also have the microwave in there too, so it's not out in the open on the counter. We are already onto that snack cabinet, and then we are going to start adding everything back inside. I do have a few of these acrylic organizers from HomeGoods, and I do plan on getting a lot more of them and having like a really nice home edit style setup with like tons and tons of those organizers because I love that kind of thing so much. But for this video, I wanted to do like the first round of getting rid of excess and seeing what fits on what shelf, how much of one thing I have to where I know how much space I need kind of thing. So I'm so glad that I started this way first, and I really plan on getting those probably on Amazon just so I can get all of the strange sizes that I will likely need. The other containers with the lids, the ones that I'm putting in here right now, those are the OXO brand, and I love those. They are an investment. I think it's like $100 for a set. The set has a pretty good amount though. I don't even use all of them, and they keep everything fresh for so long. I put potato chips in them, or the candy that I shouldn't be eating. Essentially anything I know I won't eat within a week that tends to go bad pretty fast, I put in those containers, and it will last for a few months. So again, they are an investment, but they are really good.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. I don't know what I could say to convince you to hang around when you don't have to. There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got
The medicine is actually last, not the snacks. I completely forgot about this, and now I remember it very clearly because I was so glad I was almost done. I started to pull everything out, and then I realized the bottom of both of these organizers was really sticky. I think a cough syrup had spilled. Not sure how it went unnoticed, but it happened. So I'm going to wash these out, and I ran hot water with dish soap, and then I had to scrub them with a toothbrush. Not fun, but now they're very clean and organized, so it was worth it.
Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh,
One of the organizers is all of the actual sick stuff, so the cough syrups, the flu medicines, Tylenol, the cough drops, all of those kind of things. And then the other one is all of our vitamins, which I take a vitamin, but Chad doesn't. Every once in a while I buy him them and I ask him to take a vitamin and he says he doesn't need it, so those are in there being wasted. A few like specific vitamins like B6, B12, we don't really take those that often, but I guess we have them for if we ever need them. So that's why they go up here, because all of this stuff is not used very often.
I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights. Talked about everything that was on our mind. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave.
And now I'm going to do a walkthrough of the after and show you guys everything up close. The first cabinet is that snack cabinet I was talking about with candy, and we have the microwave on the bottom, but up here I have an OXO container. This has pistachios in it because of course that's something that will go bad pretty quickly, so in here they're going to stay fresh for a very long time. All of the potato chips are lined up right here. I have a huge thing of fruit snacks in the back from Costco, and then I have snacks in these. I got these at Home Goods and they stack, they sort of lock in. I don't know if you can tell, they have feet on them right here, so they snap in. All of the snack bars are in here and the crackers are in here, and it's really nice having these containers because you can put so many different things in one. So you can put a category in there and it doesn't have to be perfectly organized, which is really nice. The candy is up top. Hopefully having it slightly out of reach, I will eat less of it, but I wouldn't doubt it. And this one is all of our baking ingredients. We really don't bake at our house almost ever, so this one isn't opened very often. We honestly will grab the nuts in here and chocolate chips and add it into yogurt, but that's pretty much it. So we have a lot of different kinds of flour in here. Up top are things we very rarely use. I always put what we use the most on the bottom and then work my way up from there because I just think it's a lot more easy and practical that way. We have a lot of oils stacked front to back in terms of size. If you have a small space like we do, I feel like that's the best way to do it. Skipping the spices, I did not organize this because honestly, well, I don't even have to say honestly, you guys know this is all Chad. I don't use these. I don't know what he uses. So I don't know how he wants this organized, but it's not too bad. This one is 10 times better. All of the medicines, we did go through that. This one is a lot more sparse because there were quite a few things up top that were expired or we had had for several years and still hadn't used, so I'm sure they wouldn't be used at all. And then everything up top here is pasta and rice. I organized the pasta so the kind of pasta is sticking out on the label. Popcorn over here. Peanut butter, as random as that is, and bread. We don't have bread that often. And then over here is stocks and a few more ingredients for dinners. The last one is the most used cabinet, all of the coffee. We don't use the tea that much or the protein powder, as you guys know, but this is our area, so it's going to be really nice having these open. It is a little bit of a hassle having to cut these off, but I think it's 10 times better doing that and having them face outward instead of having to have them sideways. And that's all for today's video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. If you were working on a project while watching, let me know what it is in the comments. I always link recent videos and anything I think you guys would ask questions about. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye!